A few weeks ago, I was in Japan on a research visit and I was exploring various different archives related to physics, which was going on in Japan for a long period of time. Of course, apart from sipping the wonderful Japanese coffee and exploring the streets of Kyoto on foot, I was also in the archives of Kyoto University. I am mainly interested in looking at the historical evolution of the physics subject, and therefore I was searching for records and books related to their physics department. And obviously, one of the names that pops out very often is Hideki Yukawa. So, let me give you a few details about Hideki Yukawa. Yukawa was one of the Nobel laureates from the University of Kyoto. He obtained his Nobel Prize in Physics in 1949 for his prediction of the existence of mesons on the basis of theoretical work on nuclear forces. He is a big name in physics, and there is a physical potential named after him, which means one can understand the intellectual heft he carries as a physicist. Yukawa spent most of his scientific career at Kyoto, specifically at the Kyoto Imperial University. Now it is no more imperial for obvious reasons, and it is regarded as one of the inspirations for a battery of many excellent theoretical physicists to have emerged out of not only Kyoto but also from Japan and perhaps also from many parts of the world. While looking through the archival records, I came across one of the textbooks owned by Yukawa, which has his own signature on that particular book. The textbook is titled A Textbook of Physics, edited by a person called Wilmer Duff, which is essentially a classic in physics, especially in the previous era. Yukawa had the fifth edition of this particular book, which is dated roughly around 1921, and this book went on to have three more editions. I hope to also write more about this particular textbook because the author Wilman Durf had an interesting connection to India. In fact, he was connected to Madras University as a professor in India and was also on the faculty of my postdoc alma mater, Purdue University. The scientific world is, after all, a very small and anticipated place with very interesting connection. Yukawa, as you know, had played a very critical role in establishing very important potential called as Yukawa potential. He also was crucial in the discovery of the mesons, which turned out to be an extremely important discovery in particle physics. And I hope to also discuss a little bit more about this particular discovery, especially in the context of the research papers what he was writing. In this context, I have been amazed to explore the archives on Hideki Yukawa, which has been very systematically maintained and categorized by Osaka University in Japan. Really, I should be very thankful for Yukawa Memorial, which has preserved these wonderful records. So, some of the gems what I found was the following: the draft of the paper written in 1934, the making of the groundbreaking paper of Yukawa, which eventually led to his Nobel Prize in 1949. The archival draft has the following paragraph, which is very interesting to read. The idea of the gamma prime that Yukawa came up with in early October led to the discovery of the new particle meson that mediates nuclear forces. The idea of introducing a new particle for the purpose of explaining the forces that act between particles was revolutionary at that time. Yukawa estimated the mass of new particles and the degree of its forces. No other physicist in the world had thought of this idea before. Stop quote. This is a wonderful aspect to really learn about Hideki Yukawa because it also gives you an overview of how he was thinking about this particular problem. And his paper, as we saw, dates back to 1934 or so in the draft form, but eventually it led to the Nobel Prize in 1949. So there is a lot of fascinating physics which actually has gone in the pre-war era in Japan. And of course, after the Second World War, things changed a lot. And there was also a very interesting evolution of physics in that particular region, both in Kyoto University and Tokyo University. Japan is one of the very fascinating countries to visit and also learn more about the history of physics. So I hope to also discuss more in the coming days about my own experience, where I have traveled almost three times there, and there has been fascinating aspect related to their science. So this is Science Meets History.